What's going on, everybody? It's your boy J Hova, and so I started a thing, right? And I want to share this thing with y'all. We started a book club over on Facebook. Everybody is welcome to join the club and join the group. But what we doing is we taking notes, we discussing. I took it upon myself to share these tidbits or takeaways or notes from the actual book club. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a series of my notes, my audio notes from Think and Grow Rich, chapter 1 through 17 or whatever it is. But we're gonna go through, we're gonna talk about Think and Grow Rich. I'm gonna share with you guys my takeaways from each chapter. I'm gonna ask you a question. I want to get everybody involved in this, so please share these with somebody who has read the book and would like to discuss, or somebody that might be interested in the book and just wanted to know what the book was about and what to expect from the book. So without further ado, we're gonna get into it. This is chapter 1 of Think and Grow Rich, my takeaways from it and my notes. So this is my chapter 1 of Think and Grow Rich, like takeaways and notes from the stories that we just heard, right? So, first off, I wanted to touch on, every time I hear these stories, I automatically think of Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, to me, it's always that. It's always the same for me. Like, it's a story about, what was the first story? The first story was about the guy who thought his way into a partnership with Thomas Edison. Um, so when I hear that, I always think of, first off, everything always starts with an idea, right? We all think of something that we want to do or want to accomplish, and the very small difference is some people never do anything about it, and some people actually see it through. But everything always starts with a conscious thought. That's where they get to Think and Grow Rich from. Like, everything is a thought or a desire or something like that that we have in the back of our mind. And so often, do it just sound good? Like, I would love to be rich and a millionaire, and not have to work. Like, that's an idea that we might have, and it sounds wonderful, but nobody actually puts in the effort to make it happen. And what I found with all of these stories is desire so strong, and you come up with ideas and to reach your goal. And it's also, everybody in these stories have the unwavering faith or belief that they can make these things happen. Like, it's not a second thought. It's, I'm going to do it or die. That's why all these stories remind me of Get Rich or Die Trying, because it's no plan B. It's no plan B to it. It's like, however I got to do it, I'm gonna get it done. That's a strong principle that I pulled out of the first story. It's, what do you believe enough to dedicate your life to and dedicate your time to figuring it out, to go do it. The second story was, the man that stopped 3 feet from gold, which is to piggyback on that first story. This guy, a key point that I pulled out of that little story was, this guy did all the stuff. He had a goal in his mind, and then he gave up. He gave up because it didn't happen in a timely manner, and it didn't happen the way that he wanted to. He wanted it to happen. Like, it's not gonna come always. And they always make it a point to say this, that success comes just 3 feet after your biggest failure. Like, when you ready to give up, that's usually the opportunity knocking right around the corner. Like, it's right around the corner from you succeeding. And so often do we give up when, if we just see this through and you don't stop, I think we can do anything that we wanted to in life. If you just see it through and keep on working at it. Also, from that last point, you got to recognize opportunities as well. Like the guy for the Thomas Edison guy, like he worked in he wasn't he just worked for Thomas Edison, but all in the back of his mind, he kept his thoughts on, no, this is the goal that I want. I won't stop until I get there. And then when the opportunity presented itself, he took advantage of it and started selling things for Thomas Edison. Like that was another point that I had got out of there. But the man that stopped 3 feet from gold, they also made a point to say that the junk man, right? He he went out and sought expert counsel or somebody that knew how the fuck to get where he was trying to go. He didn't. It's like we all got dreams and goals and all these things, and we don't want to reach out to people out of a fear of being judged or fear of looking stupid or whatever it is. And this guy was like, no, I'm gonna seek some advice from the experts or people that's done what I'm trying to do and have them help me get to where I'm trying to go. And that was a real strong point that I got from that story. What was the next story? A 50 cent lesson in persistence about the little girl. The little girl, her mama told her that the white man, the slave master, whatever, had to owe her 50 cent. And as kids, we don't know no better. We don't know no better, and we don't fear. We don't have that fear of the consequences. I get back to that. Like now, I'm pretty sure we all got families, all got bills, and it was like, oh, I can't quit my job because all of this stuff gonna happen. And I believe that once you step out on faith and once you jump off the ledge and you get your feet on the ground and you hit the ground running, I believe that forces you to figure it out. The little girl didn't have no fear. My mama need this 50 cent. She sent me to get this 50 cent, and I'm going to get this 50 cent. No matter what you talking about, Mr. White Man. Like, that's what I pulled from that little story. And I love to know what y'all pulled because that's one of the strongest ones for me. Get that fear out of your head. Get that fear out of your brain. And whatever you say you're going to do, have no fear. It's going to work out because of the next part, which is you are the master of your own fate. And they say that, and it's real interesting. I forget the quote. I didn't write these down. I'm sorry. But it was a quote about the consciousness and your beliefs and on the word impossible. And they talk about Henry Ford and the scientists like, oh, it's impossible. We can't do it. And once you get that out your mind and you stop thinking that things can't be done, you start trying to figure out how to make it work. Everything in this world, somebody thought of airplanes. Like if you told somebody, yeah, I want to put some 10,000-pound thing and fly it across the sky. Like it sounded impossible back then, or cell phones, or FaceTime, or VR, or AI. Like all these things were impossible at one time until somebody made it possible. And I love the fact that they focus on whatever your thoughts. This is I got from somewhere else. Whatever you think about all day, you're gonna attract that. That's the law of attraction. So if you're thinking about failure or success, or you're thinking about the bad things that happen in your day or your life, you're going to attract more of those things. You're going to attract more things to be sad about. Like we gotta get that out of our mind frame and focus on things, positive things to help us get to where we're trying to go in life. And that's what I pulled from that last little chapter. I know I'm missing some things, man, but feel free to hop in here and we can discuss anything y'all want from the first chapter. I just wanted to get on here, get my thoughts out, get some of my takeaways from chapter 1 of Think and Grow Rich. And he said you are the master of your soul, the captain of your ship, and he focused on because, like most people don't believe that, but it's because you can at any point. I think this is big on perception. You got to change the way you think and to change the way you see the world and change the way you believe. And once you believe that you are capable of doing anything, I don't believe there's nothing that can stop you. Most of the people in this club is black, and we believe that white people trying to hold us down. Like, no, I don't care if they are trying to hold us down. I'm still going. get rich and get my family out of debt and do all these things, no matter what roadblocks that's placed in front of me. And I don't believe anybody can believe in God and believe that any human can stop what God has for you. So yeah, man, but that's my takeaways. I'm gonna do one of these for each chapter. I want to discuss with anybody that's willing to discuss, and feel free to hit me up on here, hit me up on Messenger, hit me up on YouTube, anywhere y'all want to discuss in the comments or whatever. Man, let's really get to it and let's really help people understand these life lessons, and let's flush these thoughts out, man. I need more people around me, like minded, and that's trying to get to where I'm trying to get to.